For over 100 years, since the First World War, the golden rule of infantry survival has been simple. Get low. If you are under fire, you find a hole, you jump in a trench, you hide behind a thick concrete wall. The logic is geometric. Projectiles travel in straight lines. As long as there is dirt or concrete between you and the enemy gun, you are safe. The bullets fly harmlessly overhead. But today, that rule is dead. The trench is no longer a shelter. It is a grave. Modern armies have developed a technology that makes the concept of taking cover obsolete. It is called Programmable Airburst Ammunition. These aren't dumb bullets made of simple lead and copper. They are flying computers. In the fraction of a second it takes to leave the barrel, the gun measures the bullet's individual speed, calculates the exact microsecond it needs to die, and programs a microchip inside the shell to detonate exactly 1 meter above your head. Today, we are looking at the engineering of the smart bullet. We will explain how a cannon talks to a projectile traveling at Mach 3, and why, on modern battlefield, there is literally nowhere left to hide. Now, to understand why this technology is a miracle of engineering, we first have to understand the fundamental flaw of firearms. Gunpowder is messy. Ballistics is often treated as pure physics, but propulsion is chemistry, and chemistry varies. Factors like the temperature of the propellant, the humidity in the air, and even the microscopic wear on the gun barrel mean that every single bullet leaves the gun at a slightly different speed. One shell might leave the muzzle at 1,000 meters per second. The very next shell might leave at 1,005 meters per second. At close range, this 0.5% difference is relevant. But at combat range of 2,000 meters, that tiny velocity error means the shell will arrive early or late. If you are trying to make a shell explode exactly above a trench line, an error of 5 meters means you miss. You either hit the dirt in front of the trench or explode harmlessly behind it. In World War II, anti-aircraft guns used mechanical clockwork fuses. They were notoriously inaccurate. They relied on volume of fire filling the sky with thousands of shells, hoping one would be in the right place. However, modern engineering doesn't rely on luck. It relies on data. And so, to solve this velocity problem, engineers did not try to make the gunpowder perfect. They decided to measure the mistake and correct for it on the fly. The secret lies in the very tip of the gun barrel. You see, in advanced systems like the German Puma IF-5 or the Oerlikon Skyranger, there is a specialized magnetic sensor assembly called the Muzzle Coil. It is integrated into the muzzle brake. This is the brain of the gun. As the bullet travels down the barrel, it passes through this sensor array. The sensor measures the exact velocity of that specific bullet to the microsecond. The fire control computer instantly realizes, oh, this specific bullet is moving a bit slow. It's only doing 998 meters per second. And this is where the magic happens. In the few microseconds after the bullet has been measured, but before it fully leaves the gun, the computer runs a frantic calculation. It knows the target is exactly 642 meters away via laser rangefinder. It knows the bullet's real speed. It calculates exactly how many milliseconds the bullet needs to fly to reach that point. And then, using a programming coil, it inductively writes the timer data onto the microchip inside the base of the shell. It essentially tells the bullet, wake up, in exactly 0.641 seconds, detonate. All of this measurement, calculation, and programming happens in less time than it takes the bullet to travel 3 inches. The bullet leaves the gun knowing exactly when it's going to die. Now the bullet is flying. The electronic timer is counting down. And when it reaches 0, the detonation mechanism is quite unique. You see, standard high explosive shells blow up outwards. They rely on blast pressure and random shrapnel. This is inefficient against armored targets or troops in body armor because the jagged metal loses velocity quickly. Instead, these weapons use a technology called AHEAD, Advanced Hit Efficiency and Destruction, or KETF. kinetic energy time fuse. So inside the shell, stacked like coins in a roll, are hundreds of preformed tungsten cylinders. Tungsten is chosen because it is incredibly dense, 1.7 times heavier than lead. It carries kinetic energy like a freight train. So when the timer hits 0, a small ejection charge at the base of the shell fires. Crucially, this charge is small. It doesn't explode the shell. It just pops the skin off. The shell effectively turns into a flying shotgun blast moving at Mach 3. Because the explosion pushes forward, the tungsten keeps all the velocity of the bullet. This rain of tungsten punches through Kevlar helmets, ceramic body armor plates, and even light vehicle roofs as if they were made of paper. While this stick destroys infantry, its most vital role today is actually in the sky. Modern warfare is plagued by cheap suicide drones. Shooting down a $500 drone with a $100,000 Patriot missile is a bankrupt strategy. You will run out of money before the enemy runs out of drones. Airburst ammunition is the economic solution. Because airburst rounds explode in a cloud, you don't need a direct hit. You just need to get close. The tungsten cloud shreds the delicate propellers, sensors, and batteries of the drone. A single burst of airburst ammo costs a few thousands of dollars, a fraction of the cost of a missile. It is the only sustainable way to fight a drone swarm. Tactically, this technology changes everything. Imagine a sniper hiding on a rooftop behind a thick brick barrier. In the past, you would have to call in an airstrike or destroy the whole building just to get them. Now, the gunner simply laces the brick wall. The computer measures the distance. If it was 400 meters, the gunner flicks a switch. It adds 3 meters. The shell flies 403 meters, just past the wall, and detonates there. The sniper is hit from behind and above. The cover that was meant to protect them becomes the backstop that catches the shrapnel. This technique works on trenches, window frames, and foxholes. We have spent thousands of years building walls and digging holes because it was assumed projectiles traveled in straight lines. But now the projectiles can do math. They can decide when to explode. The concept of Defilade, safety behind cover, is effectively gone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and watch our previous video. Thank you for watching.